Back where it began, Eala defeats Russia's Charaeva in Philippine Women's Open first round. Eala's long-awaited return to Philippine soil could not have been fated any better. The 20-year-old Filipina tennis star delivered a commanding performance on Monday, January 26, overpowering Russia's Eala Charaeva 6-1, 6-2, in her opening match of the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. It marked Eala's first professional match at home, and her first competitive appearance in the country in 8 years. Back in 2018, Eala was a wide-eyed 12-year-old junior competing at the PSC International Juniors Championship. She returned to the same venue now as a polished professional, ranked world number 49, greeted by a sold-out crowd eager to witness the country's brightest tennis hope. From the opening games, Eala imposed her rhythm, breaking early and dictating play with depth and consistency. Except for a brief medical timeout and a 0-2 deficit in the second set, Eala remained firmly in control, quickly regaining momentum to reel off 6 straight games and shut the door on any comeback attempt. "I think every match is different," Eala said after the win. "But I think I played really well today. I was able to maintain a level throughout the match, so I'm happy with that." The medical timeout, taken due to discomfort in her right leg, did little to disrupt her focus. Eala downplayed the issue, emphasizing the mental resilience required at the professional level. "Physical pain is definitely a part of an athlete's lifestyle," she said. "It's part of the job. We have to find ways to manage it and not let it affect us mentally." Beyond the result, the match carried deep emotional significance. Surrounded by family, supporters, and a passionate Filipino crowd, Eala described the victory as one of the most meaningful of her career. "It really holds a special place in my heart," she shared. "It's my first ever professional match at home, and I was able to spend it around family and supporters, surrounded with love. That connection to family," she said, "is what keeps her grounded despite the pressures and demands of the international tour. That's what home means for me, being with family and spending time with people who will be there through thick and thin," Eala added. Playing on home soil also brought added pressure, something Eala openly acknowledged. Still, she embraced it as part of the journey. "There's a bit of added pressure, but that's the job," she said. Like Billie Jean King says, "Pressure is a privilege." Eala also reflected on how much she has grown since her last meeting with Charaeva 5 years ago. "I'm physically stronger, smarter, and more well-rounded," she said. "But I approached the match like any other, with fighting spirit and a good mindset." Despite early exits by other Filipina players in the singles and doubles draws, Eala expressed pride in their efforts. "I'm super proud of them," she said. "Just being in the draw and competing at this level is already huge. The experience you gain from these tournaments is something money can't buy." With a day off before the next round, where she is set to face a Japanese opponent, Eala said she will focus on training and recovery while staying mindful of her body. "My greatest strength is my mindset," she said. "Being Filipina on tour makes me unique, and I take so much pride in carrying the flag with me." As fans packed the stands and tickets sold out through the semifinals and finals, Eala recognized the broader impact of the tournament on Philippine tennis. "This is a great platform for tennis to grow in the Philippines," she said. "It's heartwarming to see people genuinely enjoy and connect with the sport." And for the young dreamers watching her from the stands, Eala left a message that reflected both humility and purpose. "Don't try to be the next me," she said. "Try to be the first you." The tournament rolls into Day 2 on Tuesday, January 27th, with the second wave of main draw action, featuring Croatia's Dana Vekic, an opponent Eala has already conquered at both the Auckland and Kuyang Classics. Back where it began, Eala defeats Russia's Charaeva in the Philippine Women's Open first round. The first ball toss always carries a memory. For Eala, stepping onto the court at the Philippine Women's Open felt less like arriving somewhere new and more like circling back to a beginning that never truly left her. The air was familiar, the heavy tropical warmth, the hum of anticipation from a home crowd that knew her not just as an athlete, but as a story still being written. This was not merely a first-round match. It was a quiet homecoming. Across the net stood Russia's Charaeva, composed and purposeful, carrying the discipline of a system that produces fighters by design. Tennis, after all, does not care for sentiment. It asks only for precision, endurance, and belief. From the first rally, it was clear this would not be an exchange of pleasantries. The ball cracked off strings with intent, tracing sharp angles and deep corners, as both players tested the day and each other. Yet something different lived in Eala's movement. There was a lightness beneath the intensity, a rhythm shaped by years of chasing a dream that once began on courts like these. Every sprint toward the baseline echoed afternoons spent training under the same sun, when the future was imagined rather than proven. The crowd felt it too. Each point Eala won carried a lift, not loud at first, but steady, an understanding cheer. This was their player. Their prodigy. The one who left home early, crossed oceans, trained among the world's best, and now returned not as a promise, but as a professional who belonged. Charaeva pushed hard. She forced long rallies, demanded discipline, and punished hesitation. There were moments when momentum tilted, when the match threatened to become a test of nerves rather than skill. But Eala answered not with panic, but with patience. Her shots grew smarter, her footwork sharper. She mixed power with touch, daring drop shots followed by fearless drives down the line. In those moments, the match became more than a contest. It became a conversation between past and present. The young girl who once dreamed big was now standing face to face with the reality she had chased. And she was ready. Winning the first round is, on paper, a small step. Tournaments are long, brackets unforgiving. But context gives meaning to moments. This victory mattered because it happened here. Because it happened now. Because it affirmed that growth does not erase origins, it honors them. When match point arrived, it did not come with drama. Just a clean exchange, a final strike, and then stillness. For a heartbeat, the court held its breath. Then applause broke like a wave. Eala's smile was brief, controlled, professional. But behind it lived something deeper: gratitude, relief, and a quiet confidence earned through years of discipline far from home. She acknowledged the crowd, her opponent, the court itself, each nod a sign of respect for the journey.